podcast. First, sorry, it's been quite a while since our last video, and our last video actually didn't even post because there's a new singer called Dax, or at least I think he's new, but we've only seen him recently. He's one of those because his videos is based on men's depression, kind of in relationship and stuff like that. We used this video and he didn't like it, so he took it down. I don't know if it was him or if it's just his algorithm on his YouTube. But yeah, that got taken down. We've edited it, but for some reason YouTube won't let us repost it. So the next couple of days we will get that posted out, so you can see it, because we talked about a lot of interesting things, and there's a lot of content on there we want to use. But we're going to base it on: do women prefer boys within relationships? Because I think that's quite a good topic that we're on. And even I've posted recently some TikTok videos on it. And I'm also unbanned on TikTok now. So I'm back on live.
Yeah, that's what we get.
Come on, bring your microphone closer.
Good job, mate. Good to see.
Yeah, but
week off, mate. Amateur.
Yeah, we're just greased ourselves up. We've been a bit rusty.
yeah.
But no, but it's an interesting to go off, because like women always go around. Some women go around. Some women on all the cameras. Some women going around saying that they want this fairy tale life, a fairy tale man, the knight in shining armor, with the glass slipper that's going to slot to your bunions, and but the thing is that really what women want?
I don't. Yeah, it seems to be sometimes, doesn't it? It's and you see it so. It's like in a relationship when a woman gets hit by something like that.
Yeah,
and yet they stay with them. Do you know what I mean? And it's like
same as cheating as well.
Cheating, I mean that whether you'll never do better than me or stuff like that. I think it seems to be quite a big factor. But the younger generation, mate, or what it seems to be now, is they all want a bad boy, and
And that's the funny thing to see when we was reading off the comments of some of our videos when they was going mental.
Yeah.
And a lot of women going, sick or tired of these men fucking, swearing, thinking they're the dog's bollocks and things like that. And I commented on there and said, well, hang on a minute, that's what you want. Because you want this fucking confident bad boy, walks in, thinks he's a dog bollocks. And they goes, don't. I said, yes, you do. I goes, if you walk into a room and you see a guy and he's nice, he says, hello, how are you doing today, my love? And he's kind, courteous, stuff like that. And I've said this before, they'll look at him, they won't look at that man twice. And they'll walk into a room and every guy can stare at him and, not think much. But the one guy that approaches him straight away, how are you doing, love, stuff like that, they like it. They go for it. And like you said, the younger generation now is you see so many young girls, pretty young-looking females walking around, and then you see the lad they're with, tracksuit, fucking probably got a knife down his trousers. Ain't gonna be his cock at the end of the day, let's be honest. And and they're into it and they love it, and yet they keep going around saying, all these bad men out there treating women like shit. That's not what we want. But I think they go for it and then moan about it after, because they and one of the females commented. So I'm rambling on a bit, but one of the females and say, that's what us females like at first, but in the end we do like to settle down. And I goes, well, once you shat on all the good men, you fucked it for yourself.
Yeah, it's hard, mate, isn't it? I mean, we sort of touched this a bit when I was talking with my missus, and it's like, you can be like a man without having to, like you said, I don't know. It must be a generational thing, man. Like, it must be.
It's changing.
It's like you said, all that chivalry, like holding doors open for people and stuff like that. Like the older generation,
love it.
Yeah, but this younger generation seem to think of an insult or like, I'll do this for myself. But like I'm not like, it's hard not to cast stereotypes. But but most of the idiots now run around selling a bit of gear, think they're fucking Fidel Castro or
Pablo Escobar,
and running around on their scooters selling a bit of gear, and that's, I don't know, mate, and that seems to be, I don't know what they want nowadays,
but the thing is even like on all, like I keep going on about you know, like Fresh and Fit podcast and Tate's podcast
Right.
and Jolly Things podcast and stuff like that. They have females on there and they ask them, you know, do you prefer, you know, nice guy, you know, the nice best friend that you're going to end up falling for, or do you go for the bad boy? Every single female, there obviously isn't all females, I get that, but you know, these podcasts, especially the ones that I'm watching, are diverse every single night, and like just Pearly Things does like 2 or 3 a day.
Yeah,
And
probably,
every bunch of females she has, so maybe in a week she could have maybe 200 different females. And those 200, you can guarantee there will be 180 I'd go. That say, yeah, I'd go for the bad boy. And is that what you want first? Yeah. And you know, would you see him long term get married? Well, no, not long term. It's like, but the thing is, it's like you can't have both. You can't go for bad boys. Let them, you know, and those bad boys are the 1% of the men that you're going to approach you, especially going out in clubs.
Yeah.
And you know, that's the 1%, the minority in society, and they're going to approach you. You're then going to go for it. It's not going to end well. You're then going to turn around and go, "Oh, all men are shit."
Yeah.
And that's not the case, because you know, the guy best friend and the nice guys you didn't go for, they've come and gone now. They've settled down with someone else. And now you fucked your own life because you wanted the bad boy. And it's funny because the bad boy, you know, the guys where, I mean, I was saying, working today on House. Next door, I could hear the guy in his room, about the same age as me, looking about 23, maybe up to 26, up to 25. Weed. And I'm thinking, why is this guy not working? And like, he's out there out puffing like that, yeah, listening to music. I could hear him fucking probably talking to himself in the mirror, like that. And I'm like, and a lot of women will go for it, and you think, why? Obviously, no one really likes a gold digger, but fuck me, sometimes when you see one, like, yeah, I want to get to have a good, hard-working man. Now you're fair play, like you are, like, you get a guy with a bit of optimism, drive, and you know, and stuff like that. Look, I completely do understand it when.
No, mate, you definitely right. It's weird. It just, when you sort of said that, then I think it's hard to.
Thank you, Daniel, and thank you, Tattoo Couple, saying they're in. Yeah, this is true. Yeah, it
is, mate. Yeah, no, you definitely. It's. I think, you know, I think it's sort of from both sides. As you grow older, you know, you mature and you find out what you want. But again, it's like what Mrs. said. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm like, well, just, you know, I'm going what she said. I'm not like bigging myself up, but like, you know, sort of definition of a man. Do you know what I mean? I'm old. I'm 41. You know, so it's hard, isn't it? Because, you know, they want to look at this bad boy image and stuff like that, but it's hard to find like a bad boy now or whatever, you know, or even someone that young who's successful but in a legit way. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, most of them are out there selling a bit of gear, doing that, doing this, doing that. Do you know what I mean? And then it's like it all comes unstuck for them, and you know, and it's just like, but like you said, why not just choose a normal, decent, hardworking, you know, like decent guy from that age, from a young age, who's going to treat you right. You know what I mean? But it's just
because mostly in the end they
that's
do
what
want
they end up wanting.
That's what they end up wanting. And even on some of these other podcasts I've seen, like they said, like when the women kind of get to like their 50s, mid 50s, probably, you know, if they don't have kids, maybe because they've gone for the bad boys, or like not married, might have a good job and some money behind them, but you know, they don't have kids, they're not unmarried and stuff like that. And then they sit there going, where's all the good men at? You know, why can't I find a guy who likes me for me? And you think, well, because you fucking shat on all of those nice men that actually generally wanted you, generally wanted to be in your presence, in your life, you know, even legally bonded to you through marriage, and you shat on all of them. Now no one wants you. And then what? Oh, like it's
I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? Like, I mean, it's hard to
their breed. Yeah, Daniel, you're right. You're right. Yeah, there's not. That's why, like, you see all the time, like good women going, he's good, you know, he does his hard work and he comes back, he's polite, he's very nice, and I really love that about man. And I'm like, fucking now, someone wife her. Quick, someone do it. Because it is rare.
I mean, I think it just I mean, from sort of both sides though, it's hard because even on, like I said a minute ago, it's hard to find. Well, not hard to find, but you know, the young lads now that are like, right, got a fucking plan. I want to be an architect. I want to be a doctor. I want to be like, it's hard to find young men now that are that dedicated and that focused. You know what I mean? Because just the way the generations of like the younger generations are now, it's like you said, they don't want to get out of there. I've got a plan. I'm going to fucking get my head down. I'm going to graft. Work hard. They are like rock and roll shit, mate. They're that bad. Do you know what I mean? So,
and do you know the funny thing is like, obviously I know you said you don't watch too much into him, but like Andrew Tate, I said, didn't they? It was actually debated in Parliament. They put millions to try and get him out of school. So like he's not actually in schools, but to stop the young the young kids, men, young boys and stuff, and even the younger females from watching him. Right. Now, if you watch his full content, because like some of our videos, shit's been taken out of content. If you watch his full content, he teaches men to not focus their life on women at a young age, to get out there, make themselves into a better man, the best version they can be of themselves, get a hard-working job, get money behind you, get yourself a nice car, a nice dress sense, a house, all of this stuff. He's like kind of tough love against wars. Like, stop being a bitch, stop gaming all the time, get out there, get money, get working, and stuff like that. Why is that a bad thing? It's because they don't want business, minded young men. They don't want men going out on their own and making their money and stuff, because they want kind of yes men, kind of bitch to women, do what the women want you to do all the time, go work, be fucking miserable, go home, don't you dare talk about your feelings. And that's kind of what the government, I'd say, kind of wants.
Because that's the thing, mate. Like I said to you, I don't know anything about these tape brothers. So I'm sort of learning through you, mate. You know what I mean? But that's fucking not a bad thing whatsoever. Do you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Literally, what I just said. These young lads aren't focused on doing that because, like you said, they get out, especially like in the cities like London and all these big. There's a massive gang and drug culture. So they fall into all that shit. So there's nothing wrong whatsoever with. But I don't know. It just shows you, doesn't it? Because I don't know what he did to get banged up. But I kind of got a rough idea from what you told me. But it's just hard, isn't it? Well, fucking hell, I don't know, mate. Clearly them chicks didn't fucking. They knew when they turned up there, and I'm sure. But if that's what they're preaching, like fucking young men need to be, confident, drive, keep your fucking head down, mate. That's a massively
it's funny how it is only females that hate it, and they were saying on one of the talks they were doing, they goes, now boys are staying away from women in schools and stuff like that, and I thought, well, that's a good thing. Like, how many? God, the amount of young females in my year at school that was getting pregnant because they were fucking around and stuff like that, and then ruin their lives such early on. Maybe obviously not ruined. Obviously you'd be happy in the end. I get it. I completely understand that.
Yeah.
But it is like you see a lot. I see a lot of my old friends now who had kids at such a young age. I'm not talking now. I'm talking when we were 16, 17 and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's happened, and you're happy. That's absolutely fine. Like, more power to you and stuff. But they're still like living in the same place. So gone holiday, gone to seen the world, this country, that country, and they're like, well, no. And I'm like, bloody hell, like, right, okay, like, well, so what'd you do then? Well, I'll get up, take kids to school, okay, get back, clean the house, pick them up, I'm like, right, okay, well, have fun.
Yeah.
Like,
unfortunately, mate, that's a fucking massive thing, and again, it's becoming a product of your own environment, isn't it? Like, I know exactly the same. Like, where we live around here, and girls from other, from areas that surround us, and girls that are my age, like you said, that were pregnant when we were like 16, 17, and stuff like that. So, I can't say much. I have my daughter at 16, but it's just. But yeah,
I was. My mum was really young.
Yeah, of course. Your mum,
But like, there's nothing bad about it. But it's like, why, like, especially now, like, why so many people like kind of. Like, if there's role models out there that are teaching you to stay away from that and to get wealth behind you and stuff like that, I don't get why it's because it's not men. There's a couple of men obviously that will be out there, but there's a majority of females that are trying to stop that. Go, no, stop that. And it's like, why? If guys are going, no, I don't want to get in a relationship at the moment. I'm young. I'm 16. I want to focus on my life, get money behind me, and then find myself a wife. I think that's a great life concept to have.
I think, mate. That's
personally,
it's fucking amazing. Yeah, it's an amazing concept, and it's an amazing, like, sort of structure to have in your life at that age. But so what they're trying to get these tape brothers out, and if that's like because even that, mate, that's that's a concept that is massively relevant because half the shit you get taught in school, they don't teach you any fucking practical life skills, anything that's going to be any relevance to you out, in the real world about paying taxes and fucking rent and how to get on the property ladders or anything like that. It's just this is what you're going to do, and it's such a structured fucking thing in the education system. This is what you're going to, so it's like we said before. Some schools. I mean, mate, especially in our school, man. I went to an all-boys school, and it was rough as assholes. Do you know what I mean? So, the teachers, they deserve a fucking medal, mate, because it was crazy. But so, they're trying to do their best, and if the kids aren't listening and stuff like that, it's going to be hard to find teachers that are focused on wanting the best for you because they're just, they just get run by in these public schools or that are just full of fucking lunatics now. I mean, mate, nowadays, I fucking dread to think what goes on now. They're fucking stabbing each other, throwing 14 on the streets, and they've got to be carrying knives to school. Especially when at an all-boys school.
Yeah.
So but I mean, so that structure of like what you said, if the Tate brothers and educating young men and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I get it. If he's pushing, it's hard though, mate, isn't it? Because like anything in life, what fucking subject you passionately feel about, or someone's going to oppose you with that same amount of fucking, as we know on some subjects, it's like wolves, like a fucking minefield. I won't even say the name. Do you know what I mean? But, but so there are subjects where it's just like fucking hell, you say it and that's it. You're this, that, and you're whatever. But it's just I don't see anything wrong with it, mate. I mean, like I said, I don't know nothing about the Tate brothers.
Yeah,
but
obviously the problem is, like I think I said before, is they say some controversial stuff, but the stuff they say is true. They say it in the way that triggers people. Let's say instead of saying like instead of going, majority of men are usually by stronger than us.
Right.
He just goes, men are fucking stronger than women.
Right. Yeah.
Look, so it's basically true what he says, but he says it in a way people go, "Hang on a fucking minute," and kick off about it. But then that comes to an intellectual stand where you need to listen to what he's saying and understand what he means. But a lot of people can't do that, so they obviously are not intellectual enough to realise that. So that it's hate, and that's what kind of I found on TikTok and stuff like that. You get so many people that they're not smart enough to have an actual proper debate with you, so they just try giving you shit, and you're sat there going, "Oh, you like very upsetting." You like I get it on my videos all the time. Where like, you like even like me and Court were laughing the other day because on one of them. I was talking about obviously like pay gaps and myth and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Instead of not one woman called me a lie, not one woman said I was false. Right? So no one called me a liar on what I was saying.
Yeah.
They were just going, "You should go kill yourself. You probably don't get any."
Yeah.
I was like,
I mean,
what? I was like, no, I get plenty, thanks. No,
that's the thing, mate. Isn't it? Like, I mean, whether you say it, well, sort of said in jest, but fucking hell, mate, if you're any sort of less of a human being and say you did go and kill yourself, you should never say that to fucking anyone, mate, over any subject. Do you know what I mean? But also you can laugh about it, but it's just. Yeah, I don't know, mate. It's a I mean, so them getting sent to prison and stuff like that. Then I mean, is that the whole sort of thing where they want to take them out of schools and stuff, or is there more? I don't know.
This thing, even I can't grasp what's going on. I honestly think going right. You got a tinfoil hat here for me? Yeah, no, right. Because I'm going into conspiracist mode.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
My theory is. Some people are going to go, "You're fucking crazy." No, my theory is that in life, in most cultures, society, countries, the government wants to birth yes men. And what I mean by that is they want to birth men that wake up, go, "Right, I have to go to work for the man." Works his 9 to 5 to his man, pays all his taxes and his dues like a good little boy, goes back, gives all his money to the female while she has the kids, and goes to sleep. Or why the kind of, they want the female in what is supposed to be their job role and the man in his job role. And they just want good yes men, good workers, and that's what they want to give birth. Now, when you that business, I'd even say like us, go out, nope, I want a business of my own. I want my own money. I want to get rich. I want a nice car. I want a nice, even these days, I want a couple of females, with how today's culture is kind of going. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. They try to kill that attitude. And it's because, and basically in short content, it's basically because the government just want good men to do as they're told. They don't want men talking about their feelings, because that causes a problem. They don't want men being business, and becoming self-employed and skipping taxes, because that's a problem. They just want the schools to give birth to yes men. They want them to go to an employer, and I say that even because, like, when you're in school, they teach you don't talk up. Only one answer is correct. In life, there's never one answer to everything. There could be a lot of issues you come across, but there could be 5 ways to like men's mental health, for instance. There's not just one kind of one company you could go to for help. There's millions, because there's millions of different ways of sorting out issues, and school just teaches you that there's only one right answer. You're not allowed to speak up over everyone. You have to raise your hand and only speak when you're spoken to, and that just gives birth. That just kills creativity in the mind.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, to a certain degree, I think I think it's a lot of that is like when you're in a school setting, it's like discipline, isn't it? So like you said, putting your hand up and speak when you're spoken to and stuff like that. And I think that's more, like a discipline thing. The whole world needs, for want of a better word, like. We need manual workers, to work in factories, to do everything,
pave the roads, make the steel,
and like, and obviously there's like less skilled jobs out there, again, and that's, although it's, I don't know, they call it like less skilled work, like it's still very fucking important. You know what exactly. I mean? So, but I think with that kind of thing in school, that's just trying to install like discipline and respect and etiquette, and do you know what I mean? But but I think, like now it's just, I mean, I think to a certain degree, like mate, I definitely I definitely think we're going through a thing at the moment. It was like it in the forces from my sort of perspective, where a lot of my generation, where we all got made redundant, because there was this, you don't need war fighters anymore, So
they're done with you.
So you get
peacetime now.
Get Iraq done, get Afghan done. Right, okay, there's no conflict. So a lot of the lads from my age and my generation, most of them took redundancy, mate. To get made redundant from the army, it's like fucking wild. But so that kind of happened to make way for a new kind of generation and a new wave. Where the army, a new direction for the army to go in it. So
but then that it's good you said that, because that paints a perfect. They say you all have the same haircut when you start. Why you all look the same, and obviously that shows you the discipline straight away, doesn't it? When they do that, they strip you of who you are. You have to be the same as everyone. You wear the same uniform. You do the same training. You have the same rifle. You have the same everything. You're taught how to be the same. But then what does that create? That creates the perfect brigade of yes men, perfect soldiers that just do as they're told. And that was like we said before. Like when I got out, I struggled with not having someone telling me what to do. When I got out, I was like, well, what the fuck do I do now? I didn't know what to do. I didn't have someone leading me, like straight from being told what to do, straight into the military, being told what to do. Still, like, I know how to do it, but I still struggle where I'm like, right, fuck, you need to keep into a routine. Otherwise you're fucked, because then you don't know what to do. But then that's how I see the government wants to do to society, is they want everyone thinking the same. So then when they leave schools, they've all been taught the exact same, so that they just go, and the employer goes, come here, just do that, fucking pay all your taxes, work yourself to death, fucking off you go.
I don't know, mate. I kind of see what you're saying, but I do see what you're saying. But again, like I said, I think it comes down to like class distinction. Area dependent. Like I said, we went to Western Park, and it wasn't the best school. But then, like you said, you can go to Oxford, Cambridge, or private schools around there where they're all private and they're paying for education. And a different mindset and a different class of people. Do you know what I mean? So I think it all depends, mate. Because then them guys are like, you're never going to see someone come. Well, I say never. Maybe they do. Maybe they go. Some kids you can pay have the best education in the world, and you get that person to. It's kind of down to you then, and I think that's where the same like life after the army, mate. Fuck, I've been there. I was in nearly 10 years.
Yeah.
So I think it's like you said about mental health and stuff like that. Like each case is different,
Oh
I was talking to my uncle about this today actually, and obviously he's going through like psychiatrists and stuff, and he was saying the same thing. He's like, they're just reading out of a fucking book, mate. You know what I mean? He goes, he's back like you had with the first couple of, it was like they're just reading from a pamphlet that was fucking written in like 1970s.
Yeah, they don't actually care.
Yeah. But then obviously you're going to get some people that really do care, and I think it's like. It's hard, isn't it? I think it comes down to the individual. Like you said, we both come from the same area.
Yeah.
Without, like, I mean, mine was probably a little bit rougher than, but, both pretty much from the same area. But again, it's, you can be up to your environment, or you can fucking flip it, do something about it, and make that change, And I think we both have,
This is a funny thing, because talking about all subject schools and stuff like that, even stuff that like being caught spoke about at home on many occasions, and there's not to shit on anyone. Obviously, if you're a hard worker in schools and you want to get straight A's and stuff, fair play, do that. If if you want to become a scientist or fucking all this shit, engineering, that's great. But I was a bit of a, let's say, prick. I won't say the C-U-N-T word. A bit of a prick in school, bunking and stuff like that. But and not to shit on anyone. I saw myself as a creative person. I at a very young age was always optimistic. I always asked so many questions, maybe too many questions. I used to piss a lot of people off. And they say, you have to do it this way, and I say, why? And they go, well, because that's what it says. It's like, but I find it easier doing it this way, and I get the same result. So what's the problem? And it was always no, and it was wrong. And I always see the good kids. Let's say the nerds back then, years ago. Obviously, I am a nerd. I'm into fucking Yu-Gi-Oh and shit like that.
Yeah, but
back then, years ago, they're called nerds and so on. They were good. They was always on time. They always handed in their homework on time. They done extra curriculum activities after school for extra credit and all this stuff. They were good. They done everything. Never stepped a foot out of line. Never questioned anything. Now, how is it now? I ended up leaving schools, went into the military with my mindset, which was considered wrong. My mindset was wrong. That's what teachers told me, and so on. Yeah, I left school, joined the military, like yourself, started up businesses, and had this mindset. Currently run businesses.
Yeah.
And these good people that always never got in trouble, never stepped a foot out of line, done all their homework, done it old, got straight A's, are all now still working at Tesco, McDonald's, Sainsbury's. What's wrong with that? If that's a job, and not shitting on anyone who works there at all. But I'm just saying, it's kind of funny how the people that question in life, didn't look beyond that hill and wanted to see what more was out there, are now working in what some would say a dead job, or just working for the man, not really striving to do anything further. And yet the people I know, like even a good mate of mine now, like even runs his own scaffolding business. Does all the stuff like that. He's similar like me. We've got like a couple of C's and stuff like that. We're wankers in schools, bunked all the time, stuff like that. We questioned everything, didn't do any of our homework, but yet now we're out here running businesses and stuff, working for ourselves. And these people, they went to university and stuff, got PhDs, got loads of good things running for them, but they're still now with parents working at Tesco. And I think, so who's winning?
That's mate. That's it. Yeah, I'm exactly the same, bud. I mean, growing up in school, I was always fucking for the nerds and that, because I think, coming from our background and always playing rugby and stuff like that, people think you're going to be a certain type of way, but mate, I'd rather hang out with fucking nerds all day long, mate.
That's me now,
these fucking geezers out from.
I play Yu-Gi-Oh on Xbox.
But it's funny, like when I met with some of my boys the other night on the Thursday, it was lovely because some of the lads, my mates are running charities. Some of them are like really high up there, and got their own roofing businesses and stuff like that. And then some are just chill. But but again, mate, it's that like. It's like anything that you can have the best. Like I know some people that are fucking super like intelligent.
Yeah.
But they haven't got an ounce of common sense in them, mate. Like I mean.
Yeah, it's like you get kind of half and half or one or the other. It's
like my mate Neil didn't learn across the road on his own until he was 14, but he's got an IQ of fucking 162 or something, like, so he's certified genius.
God works in weird ways.
Yeah, mate, it's mental, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So, but again, I think once it's the same with us with like leaving the army. I think the army is it's so much more intense and institutionalized, and it's kettle of fish and going off to university, because you go to school, but I was the same, mate. I haven't got a GCSE to my name. Do you know? I never did one. I left school halfway through year 11 because, like I said, I was working probably, I was about 12, 11, 12. And I saw everything that my brother had and my brother's mate, and it was just, you had the best of everything, like Helly Hansen jackets when they were a thing, fucking Rover Vitesse and the Technics fucking stacks, and big Jamo speakers and shit. And I'm like, well, if you can get all this from Grafton, mate, then fucking sign me up. I'm good to go. And that's kind of what I did, mate. So I left an halfway about having, and then I went to work full time, and like I said, I saw that Phil Gunning video, like I said to you, and I saw people just getting fucked up and breaking their arms and necks and legs and shit. And I was like, I'm going to do that. Train 10 months a year, get massive and that, and just cannon. And that was 1998, and they disbanded. That was a world tournament. They used to do in front of the Queen and stuff, and they disbanded it, mate. And but again, it's like anything. Like I said, you can go to university at school, or you can, like us joining the army and leaving. Like you can give someone the best education, or you can teach someone to be a soldier. And like I always said, they teach you how to be a soldier, but they don't teach you how to be a civvy. Do you know what I mean?
No, they don't.
And like you said, you joined 4 years, and I did the same. I joined straight from. I think my life experience, I suppose, for a better word, when I left the army, I kind of thought I was ready to. Do you know what I mean? But then and that's
exactly that.
Yeah, exactly, mate. But I think my point of view, like I said, you mechanics and stuff and work voice and all sorts. Whereas for me, it was like, right, is that side of things. So I went straight into hostile close protection, and a CP course, mate. I had an interview on the Monday, and then flew back to Afghanistan that Wednesday. And I was, and I was out doing what I loved, So but again, but like I said, I'm sort of backtracking a little bit. Like you said, you can go to university or you can go to join the army, but it's down to that individual. Once you get let out into the big wide world, it's like, well, fuck. Do you know what I mean? You can either crumble or, it's that self-motivation in you, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And I think someone who's kind of had an easy life and they've had they don't know adversity or what's like the fucking struggle. I mean, like growing up, I remember having to have like hot water in my cornflakes. Never had no milk and shit. We were broke, you know what I mean? So,
so my mate messaging. What's that? Big Chan, you still working at a trader's? I miss your motor. No, mate, no, I'm not. I quit a long time ago now. As you know, was a very good idea back then. But like you were just saying, though, right? The funny thing is, all of the people I saw, and not even who are still in and are now left, I'd say being in the military is a fucking bad boy thing. You see and do some crazy shit that would make, people have. But every fucking having a heartbeat, they would not be able to see or even handle or live that kind of stressed life. And yet we're all fucking nerdy dorks. But then these females see like these chavvy guys walking like big on fucking hard in their tracksuit, and you're like, this kid don't fucking know what hard is. He doesn't have a clue. He'll run into someone like us one day and get fucking messed up big time, and regret it.
But this is it, mate. That's always one of my biggest things, and I've seen people saying it, and it's like, especially when we're younger, like, oh, fucking good at war, and it's mate, I've seen big good men absolutely buckle, and like now, that fucking video with PTSD. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I've got some things, but so I've seen big fucking strong. But again, so when they go, oh yeah, I fucking do it, mate, you wouldn't, because you never know what going to war is going to do to you. Do you know what I mean, or how you're going to react to it? And people say, oh yeah, I'll fucking do this. Yeah, mate, you can play all the Call of Duty you want, but when you've got fucking bullets flying past your ears and fucking they're popping and cracking and fucking it's like RPGs pinging over your fucking head.
And I met loads of people like that in who I was serving with, and especially back at Phase 1 and stuff like that, like Big Ahmad and that. And then as soon as shit hit the fan, they were the first to fight away like that. Fucking head between their arms, didn't know what was going on, start crying. You're like, oh, for fuck's sake, here we go.
A fucking low flying over Basra, mate, and the Chinook and start getting fucking shot at, and there's Green Tracer fucking flying around a helicopter, mate, you know, and blokes like throwing up in bags and that, like, next, you know, fucking it will out barrels out the windows, you know, and giving it some. So, yeah, it's. I think. Thing is, but it's like anything. Like, I think it will either make you or break you. And I'm not saying I'm Rambo or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but I miss that. Do you know what I mean? I personally, I know I miss that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's as much I struggle with as much. I can't do that anymore. As much as the fact that you know what I mean, what I went through. You know, I find it hard to. It's just as hard to do. That, like, I can't go to war anymore. Do you know?
Yeah,
it, mate,
and that's like a concept so many people wouldn't understand. But it is, it's like,
a weird thing, isn't it?
People say it's like school, and it's like, well, yeah, but no, and then they're like, well, is it like this? And you can't, if you haven't been in, it's one of those. If you haven't been in and experienced it, you will never ever know what it's like to use it. So you lose a bit of your life, and you're never quite the same after. Like, I sit home now, and I just always, my mind keeps going back to those days. I'm like, you can't do any of that anymore, and you're fucking bored. Well, like, life is boring after that.
But even like you said, but you know, like you touched on it before when you said about basic training, and you know that is the whole process of that's why I call it basic training. Because the whole of the British Army, from what most of the British Army, everyone goes through the same basic 12-week training because they're getting you from a civilian to a soldier, and then you go into specialist training as you. But it is a funny thing, mate, and it does funny, and you know, obviously you put your body through in you know things, and you put in scenarios that it's so worlds apart, you know, so alien to you as a civvy. You know, get up at a certain time, and you're fucking cold, you're wet, you're miserable, you're fucking knackered, and it's like, so yeah, it does, yeah. I think that's, you know, but again, it's all designed to weed out the weak, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's hard because a lot of people join the army for the wrong reasons, and
because they think it's an easy way out after school, and it fucking isn't.
But but it's like I said, and I've said this before, like anything in life, your why's got to be so fucking strong. Yeah. Because, you know, why are you here? You know, because if you're not, I'll speak to the devil. My mate is you know, but you know, so if your why is not strong enough, it's like anything in life. You've been shit on. I've been shit on. Army, mate, and how things all turn out. But it's easy to turn into that monster and go, well, fuck you then. I'm going to be that monster. Do you know what I mean? And
everyone's saying you are.
Yeah, you know, and well, a former partner of mine, you know, former partner, like for 5 years, there's so much shit stirred about me, and it's like the old adage that if you throw enough shit, something's going to stick. Yeah, some of it does. I've had people that I've known for years, and I thought my friends turn you back, and even family, mate, don't speak to you over it. So it's like, that's fine, do what you got to do. But I think like anything, or like we said before, like after the army, like your why, you know, I want to be successful, right? Because you've got a fucking good woman behind you. Yeah. You know, and the same with me now. You know, like I want to be successful because I've got, you know, my children and you know, my missus and stuff like that. You know, and I think once you've got that why, like in life, that's what fucking pushes you on. But like now it's I'll just go on Love Island. You know, but, you know, both of them, mate. Like you know, the lads go on there because and these girls thought, well. I don't know. It's such a weird thing. Like I said to you before, like with Joey Essex and all the Tower lot that they were the original. Yeah. Like, he's not as fucking stupid as he looks on, but acting stupid. Yeah, like acting fucking stupid. I mean, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. You know, and he's using these fucking words like pang and pang and what you. And
that's why, like, when I say like a lot of things that Andrew Tate and Myron Fresh Fit and that are optimistic, and some of them are wrong, but in hindsight, I think they are good role models for men. And now a lot of women go, no, they're not. It's disgusting role models. And like what we just discussed, what they're teaching men, I think that's a good role model attitude. Yeah. Yet, who are women currently looking up to? Cardi B, talking about Fanny on fucking music videos on stage. Mate, and I'm like, young girls are looking at that going, I want to be like that. And you're thinking, really? Like, because Beyonce, she got cheated back. Yeah, exactly. So these are role models. Yeah,
but again, that's it. But that's a weird, because Beyonce, like she's fucking I mean, I don't rate the woman. Do you know what I mean? I don't knock her music. I don't really rate her. I think, but in the day,
Yeah,
you can't
no.
knock off a boy. Her and Jay-Z, fucking some massive power couple. They're worth fucking billions or whatever it is. You know, but that's a weird concept, like, because the leopard never changes its spots. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
if you're gonna cheat on your missus, like, you know, when you're like in that mainstream fucking, you know, media, you're massive. I don't know. It's so. I mean,
but that's that how governed women are by money.
Well, yeah, but B's got her own fucking money.
That's the weird thing. That's the whole strange thing with it.
I can't work that one out, but you know, but yeah, it's hard because again, I hate. Well, yeah, using the fucking term bad boy or whatever. Do you know what I mean? But like for want of a better word, like, you know, name me one fucking bad boy or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Who's out there, like, you know, driving these fucking 150 grand cars, 100 grand motors, and whatever. Well, what do you do for a living then, bro? I mean, like, you know, like you could, like, yeah, if you're a bad boy but you're successful, like you said, like you're, mate, you've got a scaffolding firm, and then you're driving around in a nice motor, mate. Yeah, you're a bit of a fucking more power to it, but like 99.9% of these bad boys, or you know, like they're all fucking drug dealers and shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, they're not.
Yeah, do you know? I'm gonna say something really big-headed, but it's fucking true. Like, so many times I've been in a car with my missus court and stuff like that, like my old classic 190 Mercedes and like cool fucking shining cars, you know, cool classics, and like even like the car we drive now and stuff like that. And so many times I stop right at the side of the shop and like a chav's walked over, oh bro, fucking, that's a sweet ride, yeah, like that. Oh yeah, I'm getting. Yeah, I'm in the cars like this, and I'll get myself one of them. And I look at him and think, dude, you are never gonna fucking have the cars I have. It's like you're like, no fucking way, mate.
I mean, yeah, I mean, fucking fair play to him. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, it could be, you know, he could
like,
be fucking hustling, and he could be trying to make music, whatever. You don't know.
That's why I'm always polite to him. And I go, yeah, well, I do this, do that, try doing that,
yeah.
put money away at a young age, mate. But
I mean, if that's what he's striving for, at least he's got a goal. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for the, it's like, what are you doing to work for it then, mate?
Yeah,
you know, like,
yeah, you're currently sat up against the shop smoking weed. Like, what the fuck are you doing now?
Yeah,
like,
it's not
stop
sending
that.
a strong message, is it? You know what I mean? But it's but yeah, mate. Unfortunately, it's just like I said. That's how it is now. You know.
Yeah.
Like, had a bit of green, do a bit of this, do you know what I mean? Do a bit of that, wheeling and dealing, and it's like, you know, and then they get such into these ruts. You know what I mean? And because I mean, I'm not fucking judging anyone. I'm not, you know, but at the same time, I grew up around all that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you grew up around all that, so I know these people. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, it's fucking hard because, you know, yeah, like you said, you see the lads in the estates and stuff like that, and you know, see some of the boys. You know what I mean? And, you know, and you just sort of think, mate. But again, it's so hard to break that cycle for them. Do you know what I mean? Like, because whether it's that pressure or just that fucking that they've.
I was just laughing because because it was Court's birthday the other week, so we went to the beach. Now, one of our friends I went and picked up lives Bentley Green. The people watching might know, but where I grew up until I was about 13 years old.
Yeah.
And we drove around this corner. Now, when I was a kid playing in the park, like young teenager, even when I was about 8, 9 years old, there was always these same lads that hung out in this corner house, bit green and stuff like that, on fucking like stolen mopeds and shit like that. No, fucking, it's been years. I moved away from there when I was 13. Right, I've already been back around there since I was 13. I'm now 25. So we both back around there for the first time in a long time. Yeah. Those exact same boys were fucking. This is not even a joke. It's funny you said that. Those exact same boys were sat there on a fucking moped with an L plate, smoking green in the same formation. Shit up, stood in the same way, talking. They were staring. I was staring at them. Drove past and I said, "Miss," I was like, "Fucking hell, they're still there." Like, what have they done in all these years?
I mean,
from age of 13 to 25, I'm like, they're still fucking doing this. Like,
I know, mate.
it's sad. It is sad to see. You think,
mate, I've had that same situation before. You know, join the army, I'll come back after like 5 or 6 years, and it's like time has stood still, mate. You know?
You've changed, but nothing else has.
Yeah, but mate, I mean, you know, it is hard because people do fall into that fucking situation, and again, like we said before, like I said, they're why it's not there. Do you know what I mean? Well,
yeah, exactly.
What do you want to change? Well, why? Do you know what I mean? Why do you want to change? You know, and yeah, it's fucking sad, mate. You know, I knew Limpers I grew up with, man, and it's like, I mean, my dad was 38 when he died from, like, he was an alcoholic. Yeah. But I never see him pissed. He was like, you know, I never see him drunk. I never see him on the spirits. It was just beer, but I mean, his pancreas cracked up on it, you know. But
yeah,
fucking mate, some of the boys, I mean, you know them as well.
yeah.
They trip my old man under the table, mate, and they're still kicking, and you think, how the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, man, it's
I see a couple of them walk past tonight the other day. I like put my hand at the oh, like a can of beer, and I was like, fucking hell, like he's still at it.
Fucking crap me up. Bless him. Yeah,
so me.
Oh fucking hell, mate! I had one the other day, like Chris Kerno. Fuck it, mate. I do. Well, I see Billy the other day. Like, I tell him, mate, it's fucking. And so he come in he's wanted his little girl's name tattoo on his arm, right?
Yeah.
And so it's surname's Ruby, so R-U-B-Y. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, so we covered it, mate. Put it on the laptop, R-U-B-Y, and the date of birth and that. And I think he was more concerned about, oh mate, fucking Georgie, mate, I love it, love the great mate, you know, brilliant. So gets him on, mate, beautiful, does it all in his inner bicep there, and I shade him around it and that. Off he goes. I went up bit in the fucking money in the bank, mate. He's messaged me about 10 minutes later. Georgie, it's R-U-B-I-E. Because I've spelt it wrong. Like, this is Chrissy. I'm like, are you fucking joking me? I swear to God. And I'm like, no, you're joking. Because, mate, I literally, the day you come in to see me on the Sunday, right? This was on the Monday. And on the Sunday, I swear to God, I had this woman come in, and she was like, years ago, bless her heart, and mum and dad, and she wanted her mum and dad's passing dates and their date of birth sort of thing. And I did it. All looked lovely. Coming next day, she'd got all the dates wrong. I think she mixed their wedding date up or something.
No.
Oh, bless her heart. So anyway, long story short, I put some flour, covered it with flowers, and we did the dates all right. Well, I told Chrissy this story on the Sunday, right? So he's like, oh God, yeah, no, never did that much. Yeah, blah, blah. Anyway, fucking Monday, you know. So as you know, like as the Y sort of flicks around like that.
Yeah.
So as the Y comes down, I've changed that first flick into an I. And as the Y comes out,
and just join
and then I banged smashed a load of white in to break the bridge of the bottom bit, and I made the bottom bit the Y all swirly, mate, lovely. Mate, how the fuck I saved it? It's beyond me, mate. I've done that. He's fucking messaged. He's rang me up half an hour later. It's R-U-B-I, mate. There's not even an E on it. So I fucking, do you know what I mean? He spelled his own, and I've tattooed on him twice in the space of like an hour. I was like, mate, what do you want me to do? Because I was bitten, like I said the first time. Come back. He's like, oh mate, I've got to get. Can you do it right before I go and show my missus? I was like, but look, I'll come see you now because I'll chuck you an extra 20 quid. I was like, all right, mate, don't worry, we'll sort it out. Yeah, I saved it. He's fucking gone home, mate. It's R-U-B-I. It's not even an E on. I was like, fuck, mate, I wanted to fucking die. I thought it was one. Mate, you have to do a big cover up on it. And he was like, mate, he goes, look, let's just let it heal for a couple of months, and he's going to get the E lasered off. I thought, fucking bless his heart, mate. So that's what we're dealing with.
We're just stuck with the Y.
Mate, that's what I said. We left it as a Y. You know, but that's what he said. He goes, you know, the birth certificate goes, I want to do a Y. He goes, I think his missus wanted like I think it's the Indian spelling or something with an I. But yeah, so there you go, mate. So that was, but you know, he was like, nah, I won't spell my kid's name wrong on dates and that.
Comes in.
Fucking bless him, mate. Because that's always, as a tattoo artist, that's like the worst thing. Do you know what I mean? Because I know it's not my fault. It's still horrendous, mate, when someone does that. And that's why I say dates and names. I'm like, you check it, and you fucking check it twice, you know what I mean?
And once I put it on you, it's tough shit.
On you, yeah. Bless him.
It is one of them. It's like one of the jobs we're doing at the moment. We'd like wanted all this done. It's like, yep. Wanted the roof done. The price was for the roof. And it's like, oh, well, what about all the cladding and everything on the inside? So that's extra.
Yeah, face
I paid you for all that. It's like, no. To rip down and put a new roof on.
Yeah.
With insulation. We've done that. That doesn't come with all, facial all that on the inside. Like, that's extra. Like, shit.
Fucking gut
rid.
Yeah. Fucking hell, mate, yeah.
It does happen. You get
mate, but I know, I do, I still get people in there now, like I'll give them a price for something, and like you know what the price is. I mean, they go, oh yeah, how much? After how much is that again? Like, just don't start. Just give me my money.
Yeah.
You know how much it is. Give me my money, get out.
I said how much it is at the beginning.
So I'll give you a price.
And do it.
But I've had to start getting people to bring the money with them. Again, stupid thing, but the amount of people, like my mate came in the other day, did his tattoo. Went again, get the money out, and he's like, oh, Joyce, the cash machines aren't working and broken.
Yeah.
So he had to go work the bit, so I've got to wait for him. And I was like, why would you not? You wouldn't go into like Tesco's and go, oh, can I pay for my shopping later on? I ain't got cash. Put it off in the till, I ain't got no money on me later. Like, fuck, he does my head in.
through that though. Like,
mate, people, no
like they really do.
There's
Stuff like that. It's even like I don't like working on building sites. Come to a scaffold. You're like, right, so we're going to do this and do that. Oh, I didn't bring my tools up with me. Why not?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think I need them yet. So
Yeah.
when the fuck have you come under the roof? Why have you not got all your tools with you? Like some people just. Like, I think that is also a military aspect though as well. You're taught to be prepared for everything. So I always leave the house with I'm good. Everywhere I go, I've got wallet, keys, phone, I've got everything on me
a little bit of cash,
for emergency and stuff like that all the time. And I teach that to everyone because it's saved my ass loads of fucking times.
Mate, exactly, yeah.
But a lot of people go through life just they're like, I forgot about this, I forgot about that, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Oh, the car broke down. Why? I ran out of oil. Don't you check your oil and stuff like that? No, I'm like, oh fucking hell. Come on.
But again, that's it, though, isn't it? It's just so easy to go, like your tyre, you see your tyres are getting low. Oh yeah, I'll just do it later on, and then you fucking try. Our Kia's a nightmare for that. I think we've got a slow puncher in the Kia, but
we have,
and but it is, mate. And I think, but again, that's installed in me when I was a young age. Like I was labouring for my brothers and stuff like that, especially in plastering. You're like, well, okay. We're going to do a hit. You've got 2 rooms. You know what I mean? With plastic.
Yeah.
So I need 3 or 4 bags in that room. Do you know what I mean? You get it set up. So when my brother's troweling up and he's doing that, rather than me sat there twiddling my thumb up my ass watching him, I'm like, right, I'm going to go bump up some bags in there, get some clean water. Do you know what I mean? I'm always, and you've got to think ahead, mate. Do you know what I mean? Same as, and it's like it all in life. I think some people just it's like anything. I used to think I was overanalyzing things sometimes, and from army background, when I'm walking down the road, I fucking see everything, mate. I'm like this and that, and keep noise down quickly. Try to be a professional pocket. And and it, so I used to, I walk around and fucking I clock this, clock that, and my mates see me doing it as well. And once I started doing CP, I read this book called The Bodyguard's Bible. I was like, fucking, that's it, I want to do this. So cool. And he said, like, lads, especially like us with your ex-military, like most civvies walk from A to B in a state of white. It's like white, yellow, amber, and red.
Yeah.
And he said most civvies go to be in white, head down, fucking, especially now, stuck in their head in their phone, and they're just not, not paying attention to what's going around. Your headphones on, walk across the road. Mate, the amount of fucking times I nearly hit this girl across the road the other day. Look, mate, phone, head down on the phone. And luckily, I was just turning right into a quiet road. And I must have missed her kneecap by about 20. Oh, mate.
Just a quick one. Say hello. Hello, Gareth. All right, mate. Just saying hello, mate. Good to see what you're doing on the live chat and stuff. Yeah, we try to. So then people can message in and stuff while you're actually talking, which is always a good thing. Because I know I watch stuff sometimes and go, you fucking know, fuck. Oh, and then I want to type something in, but you can't.
Yeah.
But no, like, it's like, if you just said that, like, even me and Court's driving in the car together, like, going up the road, and I'm like, watch this. Watch her. She's going to walk straight across the road, I guarantee it. And then I start turning, and she just goes, like, headphones on the phone. I'm like, some people have just not got survival tactics running through their mind. I'm like, and like, even just headphones on.
Oh, mate,
me and my man was in the van the other day.
Doing that the other day, mate, literally, yeah.
Yeah, but this guy didn't have like earphones on. He had over fucking like Dre beats going on.
Yeah, exactly the same, mate. Yeah. And he's driving like a cunt as well, and that's what I remember thinking. Like, what's this clown up to? Like, is he old or? And I sort of got alongside him, mate. Yeah, fucking little Peugeot 206, man. Fucking great earphones on. I'm like, okay. Yeah.
Where's your radio? Like, fucking, you've got about probably our car's got about 7 speakers in it. Like, I'm like, what's going on there? It's like the same as wearing masks while you're driving in your own car during COVID. Like, you do know you're in your own fucking car with the windows up, right? It's how stupid you look. Like, same as I will not breathe on thyself.
yeah. How infected I am. But, but again, that's a whole nother fucking thing, isn't it? It's just like, I still see it now. Oh my God, we went to, I went up to Wales and stuff. We've got a Chinese there, and mate, they're like, either they know something we don't know, or it's just overly cautious. But the old, like, you walked into the shop, and they had like fucking like chairs all penned off, and like, wait here.
Yeah.
So, mate, he was like full masked up and that. So I was like, yeah, I've chicken chow, like shouting at him, and he was like, okay, like, sort of took the money off me, like, put it in his little tray, I handed it to him. I was like, fucking hell, bless him. But yeah,
mate, we even had like we had friends of ours that, well, we thought were close friends, come to our house with masks, and I was just saying like, oh, shut the fuck up, like, what the fuck, get in here. When the government says we're not allowed, I don't give a fuck what they say. Now,
that's what I mean.
I lost a lot of respect through COVID for a lot of people. I really did.
Well,
Just,
yeah. I mean, this is it, man. I mean, you know, some people did have a fucking horrendous time, or you know, a lot of
Yeah,
people and
yeah,
that. Do you know what
definitely.
I mean? But yeah, no. I think you know, most part, you know, that's something that I'm not like you said. I'm saying it was a myth or anything like that, but you know, there was definitely wasn't 100 odd thousand fucking
No,
deaths due to
something was
COVID, mate.
smelling
Like,
funky throughout all
that's
of
what I
that.
mean, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, I do know one lad that passed away from it, bless him, like Big Aaron and that, and
Yeah.
you know, but yeah,
But like I said, like it's horrible that like even like when Philip died and stuff, Queen had to sit there on her own.
oh mate,
No one around her during like that was horrible
exactly.
to see. Like and obviously it wasn't just her. Like just use her because it's a known thing. But
Right,
I
mate,
heard of
yeah.
a lot of people only having like 4 people who was allowed at
Mm.
the funeral. And God, now you think what all of that didn't get to say the goodbye for what? Look where we
Well,
are now. World's
I mean,
fucked.
yeah, yeah. Again, it was like same, yeah, like same Iraq, wasn't it? Fucking went out 6 months later. You know, ISIS taken over, did Afghan,
Yeah, same.
fucking left Afghan, Taliban taken over, and you just sort of think, you know, during COVID, fucking hell, yeah, NHS, everyone, yeah, we're all clapping for you. Now they want a 4% pay rise. Now they, oh fuck these NHS. Do you know what I mean? They're all greedy bastards, and the government's turned their back on them. Do you know what I mean? It's like when it suits their agenda, you know. And it was the same with the fucking wars, mate. You know, like I said, I can't preach on about that, but you know, when it all suited them, and we were in the height of like all the shit was going on.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, great. You know, everyone would fucking yeah, but you know, and I watched, you know, like our nation's attitude fucking changed massively towards soldiers and their views on the war and stuff. And the same with COVID, mate. You know, like I said, the NHS and all these blue light fucking services and stuff like that. You know, they were just held as greedy bastards. And you know, like I said, even like the poor teachers and that, mate. You know, they go through shit and you know, they bend over backwards, and especially in like primary school and stuff like that. You know, because
Oh yeah, look, teaching and looking after kids is hard,
mate,
like, fucking hard. Like,
mate, yeah, man, like.
And I feel guilty to some. If any of my old teachers are watching this, I'm sorry.
Yeah, mate,
so
yeah,
sorry.
Mate. Honestly, I fucking
pain in the ass in school.
I can't even imagine, man. I don't think half of mine are, I don't know, probably in.
But
can terrorise poor, you know.
They see you on it, and then he's back.
That fat. Yeah. No, to be fair, I was like, it was never that I couldn't do school. You know, I like to think myself as a fairly intelligent person. Yeah, and you know, like when I did the army barb test, I went in, mate. I got 60%, and the mate come down. He said, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "I went." And he sort of looked at me, and I was like, "Why?" He goes, "Oh, you got like 60%," and I was like, "Fucking hell! I have 100. I must think I'm a right fit cunt." And he was like, "Nah, literally, like 10% of the country get 50 or over, or something like that." And he goes, "You could pretty much do whatever fucking job you wanted."
Yeah, that's why I originally joined as an aircraft technician.
Yeah.
They put me straight in. They goes, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "Don't know." They goes, "You're going in for aircraft technician." I was like, "What?" And it was like fucking university grade shit. We had to learn, and
yeah. I remember actually when
And then, like you said, it said so like the same thing. I was like, "Nah, that's not right." Like
same as that. Yeah,
there's like no, like there's not a lot of people get real high on it.
Yeah, because a lot of it, it's like it's a lot of it. It's more say common sense based, isn't it? Like Tommy is bigger than Billy or whatever. Who is stronger? Oh, Tommy stronger than Billy. Who's stronger? You know, and it's the wording, isn't it? And a lot of it, you think, okay, well, you know,
but it is. But then it's how your mind works.
Yeah,
like in certain, it's like even like I said, like walking in the rooms and stuff like that, and like even when I was going through like the latest fucking therapy shit and stuff like that. Like I said to you last. I was so come there. How do you when you walk into a room, for instance? I'm like, well, I know that window's actually open, so that's an easy escape route. There's a door there. There's a door there. Outside of the doors, like there's a fucking fire extinguisher, which is there. If anyone tried to bar me in, fucking pick that up. That's a weapon. There's stuff that. So there's a pair of scissors on your desk, like by your right arm, like that. It's like looking at me, going, how the fuck? It's like there's a different brain mentality people have. You walk into a room, know everything that's going on. And that's why even people just look. Why do you keep looking around and stuff like that? So, oh, nothing to worry about. It's just me preparing myself. Like it's just you're the same. It's how you like special X forces. How your mind works. You sit there and you like looking around, thinking like, "Fucking hell, who's a potential danger?" And like, how can I get out of here quick? What can I use as weapons? And like, and it's just it's weird. Apparently, to her, that's not the right mindset to have, but I think it is fucking is. I really do.
Mate, I've spoken to a few friends of mine, and yeah, friends of mine, and they have the same thoughts. They have the same thoughts, and there was an American in Matisse, and fucking massively highly decorated war colonel and stuff like that, you know, and probably one of the most successful, soldiers, in British military, in American history and stuff like that. And he always said this speech. He said, like, be polite, be courteous, but have a plan to kill everyone you meet.
Yeah.
And mate, I'll do, like, if someone, like, it's fucking such a strange thing, man. Like, I've literally had a few of my ex, forces friends of mine say exactly the same thing. And especially if I don't know someone, or someone walks up to me, oh mate, and then I was like, if he does this, I'll fucking do that. I'll smash his head off.
Yeah.
I'll pick that. I'll move it in. And so I'm scenarioing in my head, and it's like, mate, I'm not saying this is fucking good or bad, but I don't know. But it's just how my brain's wired, mate. And again, that book, it was like, they said that most ex-forces or emergency services, or from one, most units or some units, whatever, we walk around between like yellow and amber, so your body's just drip feeding that little bit of adrenaline, so you're never caught cold. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's when, not so much on the first tour, but like on the second tour of Iraq, and like with the SF units and stuff, and you learn about like adrenaline, and fear, and the effects out on the body. So you piss and shit yourself, or when you're scared, you go must shit yourself.
Yeah.
That's your body's fight or flight instinct, as you know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because your body's piss and shit because it gets really, we're gonna have to move fast. We want to fucking fight,
Yeah.
And it's just your body's natural reaction, or your central, or when people freeze up, it's not because they're fucking so scared. It's just your central nervous system gets such a hit of adrenaline, and it fucking to cope with it, And it's like, so it's a fucking wild thing, mate. What it does to you, and but. But again, it's just learning to harness that. But like anything in life, it's just learning to, your upbringing. Okay, or you can fucking harness it.
See, that's something I to as well. I do tell people. So I used to be really arrogant and ignorant to that. Because I always used to go around thinking, why haven't you done that already? Well, I didn't know. How the fuck can you not just figure it out? Why can't you do it as like maybe as quick as I can or something like that? And that was an arrogant way of thinking. And I admittedly used to think like that. And I had to change myself to stop thinking like that and realise that, yes, not everyone's the same. People learn slower. Something that's easy to you might not be that easy to me, and vice versa, and stuff like that. And that's a like a mindset I had to get myself out of. I had to start thinking, oh, hang on a fucking minute. How would he or she know this? They've not been in that situation. So instead of being arrogant about it, take a step back and then about it, which is a lot of people. A lot of people are at fault of doing stuff
massively.
Like that.
I wouldn't say that's like arrogance in your part. I think it's just you're just used to dealing with. Like I said this to my missus as well. Like, in the army, me or you, there's half a ton of kit there. It's got to move that from A to B. It's cold. It's pissing down rain.
Yeah.
But you just you've got to do that, and it's having that discipline.
Yeah.
And I think it like you said, it's not arrogance. It's just how you're trained. I think that's why I still do it now. Like, when I see fucking these youngsters, whatever, and walk down the street, and especially like young kids, and they're swearing and that, or I'll see someone fucking throw a bit of rubbish on the floor and they're fucking spitting and they've got no manners and that. Mate, it drives me fucking mental. But I think I can't say anything, like, because one, it's not my place. Two, it's not going to end well. Do you know what I mean? We're going to get into an argument or a fucking fight. He's either going to hurt me or I'm going to vice versa. Do you know what I mean? It's a lose situation. There's no positive outcome to it. So, mate, I'm finding it like hard. Well, not hard, but I'm really, really fucking trying to hold, to bite my tongue. But like it's like you said, but when you're in the army, like, you're dealing with individuals that are, once you're in, for the most part, they're motivated and they're trained. Like, you just got to get on with it. Like you said before, it's fucking -10 outside. And you're in your nice warm sleeping bag, and someone fucking shakes you and goes, I got for stag.
Yeah,
mate.
you look at them,
mate, there's nothing in the world that could be worse. And and everything. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
but you do it because you're disciplined. And that's where it all comes down, mate. And it's so.
Oh god, and there was the ones, weren't there? And they like extra man of stag, and like especially if you're the 2 IC or something, and you're like, well, I know. Smithy's supposed to be fucking on stag. Well, he's not. And then he's and it's with someone fucking Jack like fuck.
Yeah.
And went on fuck it. Yeah, all right. So they've gone back to their basher, and then you just go, fucking, they've gone back to sleep. Amount of times that happened, fuck me. So I'll put fucking mist in around someone's fucking head in front of my fucking sergeant. It's like, you fucking cheeky bang. Look.
We were in Scotland, mate. It was phase 2. Just near the end. It was a final exercise. I had weather was closing in, mate, and it was fucking horrendous. Like, within an hour, we were fucking 2 foot deep in snow. Do you know what I mean? And it was so bad. And I remember we pushed into this wood line, and they were like, right, boys, don't fucking around, just get in an extended line everyone sleeps next to each other. Just get your fucking DOS bag, bivvy bag out, and that we ain't got time to get. It's just like you do an hour, and you just literally wake the bloke next to you. So they made it like it was just like okay, cool,
a bit easier.
And I was always Jimpy gunner, mate. The biggest lad in the platoon, whatever, and so Georgie, mate, I fucking loved it anyway. I was just built for carrying weight and shit. So I'm not trying to big myself up, but I was a fucking savage, mate. By phase 2 training, I loved it. Like I remember we because it's just literally harbour area, like fucking quick bit scoff, sort yourself out, like back on the trap plane, you've got fucking 100 pound on your back, and sort of like you're going again, and it's 8, 9, 10 miles, fucking harbour area back, and phase 2 decides to just absolutely break you, and I remember just like you go in herringbone, mate, and you form up, and you're on one knee, and fucking you got the weld on your back on the G, and your fucking knees screaming, like off you go. And I remember blokes were just breaking, mate, and every night I'd just weave in between them, and every time the sergeant and fucking turn around, it was just me there, my Jimpy, and the rest of the platoon had fucking spread up half a mile down the road, and it was like just like Joyce, you're a fucking savage. So anyway, I remember just one night we had the weather come in, mate, and I was on the end of that, and I fucking rolled down the hill, mate. God knows how, but I just remember it was fucking pitch black, and it was all disorientated, and I was like, wake up, go up for stag. He's like, what? Gotta go up for stag. He's like, fuck off. I went, fuck off. I went, who the fuck's that? He went, who's that? I was like, it's Joyce. He goes, Joyce, it's Captain Kramer. I think you've obviously... I rolled down trying to make Captain look for stag and that. I looked back and I fucking rolled about 30 metres down the hill, but I was like, oh shit, okay, yeah. So I was like, sorry. So it's like fucking scurried around. Like, I was trying to find the fucking Jimpy and that. I realised it was just where I left it, but I just rolled down the hill. So trying to wake the captain up for stag. He was like, fuck off, Joyce.
Not happening. Oh, that's so funny. I remember that being out patrols and stuff, and like fucking he's turned around and gone, what are you doing? What? Why are you behind me? I don't fucking know. You're supposed to be like, fuck off. Like, all right. Gone back to the back and made my way back up again.
That's what I was like. I remember just it's like when you first wake up and they're like right fucking on your burger, mate, like in the fighting position. Because it was all light roll then. Obviously we went forward, so and they're sort of like fucking up, scram, fucking brush, whatever, fucking sort yourself out, getting straight in the fight.
Clean.
And I remember just, mate, I was just like, I don't. It just all fucking clicked, mate. I had this weird fucking epiphany where I was just like, boom, and that was it, mate. I was just hit like physically, like everything just clicked because that's what I enjoyed it most, has been out in the field, mate. I just loved it, and I was like, fucking Corporal trying about 3, 4 in the morning, like fucking who's that? Joyce Corporal. Good lad, Joyce. And I'm like, what? And I'm around, and everyone else is in shit state, and I'm just there, like, do you know what I mean? Because I was just doing what I was told, and mate, I just hit this real crazy stride towards the end of phase 2, where I was just like, I was hitting it, and I can't remember what happened, mate. With like Captain Crep, like, there was fucked up, and then someone had to go back, and it was about fucking, I think it was like 10 or 12 miles, and the DS couldn't go with him, with Captain Kramer, and like, when there's only one cunt that's going to fucking make it, it's like, Joyce, you're going with Captain Kramer, mate, and he got a blessing me. I mean, the map made a little bit in phase 2, but obviously I didn't have a map, and he got us lost, and me and him were fucking hanging out of our asses, mate. And I just remember like it was. I remember just sort of like I was doing good throughout the thing, but I got like best endeavour, and they're like, I know it's normally you start off a bit of a mong and you improve. He goes, but Joyce, he goes, if you'd have just carried on like that in the classes and stuff like that, you would have got fucking hammered, best recruit. He said, but like. I remember getting back and they were like, Joyce, Captain Kramer was like, loved me. Do you know what I mean? He was like, oh, I bet Joyce Rambo and shit. Like, I was just like, oh, mate, I just hit my stride. But yeah, mate, I just loved being out in the field, man. Yeah, it's just, I loved it.
Oh, it fucking was good. That's like now, like whenever, if I do have time, like, because I don't do it as enough as I want to, and it's something I love doing, like going out into the forest and rivers and shit like that. I fucking... I never do it, and there's even like last time we like took our dog to New Forest and stuff. It's like fucking straight in the river. I was like, "Come on, you're learning to swim."
Yeah. My dog's that, mate. My bloke, mate, trying to get that dog out for a piss when it's raining is like an impossible. Like I saw that video called the other day, trying to get him in the back. That's what my dolly's like. But she's 65 kilo Great Dane. But if I jumped in, she's in there before I am. Do you know what I mean? She loves it. But yeah, mate. I mean, it's again with the whole sort of we started this with the whole mental health thing and that, and it's so fucking important, mate. It's so good. I do a lot of cold water stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I'll go down like Stokes Bay and I'd jump in the water there, and I did that little one I put up on the TikTok. Fuck me, mate. That was like Baltic. My skin was stinging. Like, it was a little
Cold
bit bright.
burn.
Everyone was like, "Oh, it looks like a really nice." I was like, "No, it was." My missus went up to her ankles, and she was like, "Fuck that." She was like, "How you got in there?" But once I jump in, I'm all right. You know, I'm good. My missus got me. Hannah got me a Lumipod for at home, so I got me a little cold water pod for at home. Yeah, mate, I love it. But it's so, honestly, mate, it's so good for you, bud. If you ever want to fucking go out and
I have to try that.
you should
See,
do,
I've
bro.
never
Yeah,
done
come
that.
with me, man. Like, come just jump in. You know, honestly, it's amazing.
Want to
mate.
go in there, like? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's it. It's like I did it in the New Forest. We took the dogs out, and this was it was like last year. It was Baltic, and it was like free flowing, like really running water as well.
Yeah.
I got in, mate. That was fucking freezing. My skin was stinging, mate. But it's so good for you. They reckon, like, you know, getting cold water, like submerge yourself in cold water, like 5 to 6 minutes a day. You know, because they like say burning a calorie is a unit of heat. So like when you you burn so many calories and strip fat off your body, mate. Getting fucking cold water,
Yeah.
it's so good for you.
I don't mind
And
you when I used to do all those tough mudder challenges,
I've done tough, yeah, grim and that.
Fucking
love it.
I remember go through. Our one was, what was that? 15 mile, I think. 15
Tough
mile,
Mudder.
yeah.
Tough
With the
Mudder's
two,
like
with
12,
the.
isn't it? Yeah.
I can't remember the other one we done. Tough Guy or something. It's like the main one with the 200 obstacles.
Yeah.
It's like 15. It's either 13 or 15 miles with the obstacles in between. We ran that.
The burning hay and the
Yeah, stuff like
I've never done it. I want to.
Yeah. I remember going through, and obviously they got the guys that go, "Come on!" like fucking at each different bits as you're going through. And obviously there was 7 of us, and we went there representing Roomy. So obviously we had all our Roomy top made for us. Our sergeant got made for us. So we was like, shit, people were watching us. They had a cameras there and everything. Like, the army's here with us. This time we was like, oh shit, everyone's fucking watching us. Oh yeah, fucking yeah, we got him coming from through. I'm like, yeah, come on, army. It was like, oh shit. And we go through, and they went fucking get in there, cold water. Yeah, whatever. As soon as we underneath it,
yeah. So when you got going the logs,
that first one, I went. Obviously, we were straight under. As soon as we went under, I broke. Oh my fucking god!
Yeah. When your head goes under, mate. Yeah,
it's like I've been through some shit, but fucking for people, that can do that all the time. Fucking oh
mate,
my god!
I'm getting mine every day, mate.
No.
Mine only goes up to about my shoulders because it's like an individual pod. But yeah, mate, honestly, buddy, yeah, it's amazing.
After that, I had to just close my eyes and I was just, as soon as before I knew, I then swam like a good 10 meters, and I was like, "No, get out!" I was, oh fuck! I got out. I couldn't even think straight. I couldn't. Oh, mate, I couldn't. I was fucked after that.
I remember I did exactly the same when I did my first Grim challenge. That was like the first sort of extreme kind of thing I'd ever done, and the Grim is like 8 miles.
Yeah.
And it's an tank on the tank track, you know, on the tank training area. So, you know, you're looking at like at least waist to fucking sort of hot chest deep, mate. Mud. Yeah. And then it's water, and they do it 2 a year. And I did the December one, and mate, it was fucking. I was wading through mud, and I was just so heavy. So in my head, I was like, I remember they delayed the race by about 40 minutes because they had to smash all the ice troughs because they were like so thick with ice, water troughs because you know the sheep dips and stuff like that. They were so thick with ice. So not even fucking realising, I'm dickhead here. I'm like wading through mud on the first one. I was like, wait, when I get to the next water thing, I'm just going to jump in. And I fucking cleansed me like that, mate. Like I was Jesus. And I went, back, and just hit the fucking sheet of ice. And I fucking smashed on my nose in that. So like I got out and the water was fucking freezing as well. So like I hit the ice and then I went under the water. And I was like, well, mate, like, pull me out. And I was like, mate, I was running like I had fucking palsy for about an hour. I was like, I couldn't get my body going, mate. I was fucked.
Yeah, that's what it's like, isn't it? It just you're free.
It touched you down, mate. But
just fucking. You know what we were talking about haters the other day, and I said I used to do charity events and stuff with the car meets and everything. Right. That was for cerebral palsy because I forgot what they suffered with. That's what it was. Just the girls we done it from we was in the newspaper and stuff. Cerebral palsy.
Oh, bless you.
That's what we used to do it. Look for. Yeah.
We used to.
I'm trying to think of that for weeks.
Yeah, you go,
what the fuck was it again? I can't remember what they suffered with.
You go, mate. But no, I did it. We played rugby for Italy. We were registered charity for my mate Adam, his young brother, my mate Gary's young brother Adam, like little Ad, he died. He had cystic fibrosis, bless him. And we did this like Mount Everest challenge. We had like a 50-foot climbing wall, you know, the proper like rock climbing wall. So every time one of us did it, it was like that count was 50 foot. Fuck me, mate. The whole none of us had ever climbed a wall, mate. And we were hanging. But I think it took us about 7 or 8 hours to do it. Like 8,000 feet. You know what I mean? 50 feet at a time. So we were just like bing, 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 trying to go up and down it. But after about 10 goes, mate, your hands were just wrecked. You know what I mean? So play the rock climbers, man.
Yeah, do you know what? It's nice to see stuff like that because one mate that killed himself the other year.
Yeah.
Has obviously left his kids behind and stuff like that. And his old unit now, they keep doing the Free Peaks challenge every year to raise money and give it to his kids and stuff like that. So it's fucking nice when you see people doing that.
Yeah, man. More stuff like that, and I think after we went to Wales for my birthday and that, and we look around, did some stuff, and it was just like, yeah, I don't know, mate. Life's just too short, and you kind of realise when you're out in the fucking elements, just getting a bit of fresh air, mate. It's so good for your mental state, and even going for a walk down the shore, just 20 minutes, half hours, you feel so good after it, and I think that's a massive thing, man. Like we said before about lads message in and how they cope with it and what they do, and to like mates, he's got his own CrossFit gym down in I think Kentway, and mate. But I think it's like you said, I think a lot of ex-forces do that. I mean, it's that kind of way of pushing yourself in those different elements of like the cold, the wet, the mud and everything like that. So I think when you kind of need that. Like I know I need it personally. Like if I don't train, and I haven't been jiu-jitsu for fucking ages, man, and I can really feel it when I haven't, because it's just jiu-jitsu. You just leave it all out there and I'm fucked. You know what I mean? And for about 3 days after a roll, it's like, it's great. But it's just trying to find that release, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, you do need to. That's the thing. It's like I'm not doing enough. So I make excuses. I do work gets in the way, and you do all these things, and you're out there 7 evening going, oh fuck, I need to go out and do this really, or to get the dog out. Be like, oh fuck, but it's just so mentally drained that you can't. But God, every time I've gone to down south the New Forest and stuff, I fucking soak it up so much. It's you do walk around, you're like, oh, it's just nice. It's just nice being out and about and fucking.
It's hard to find that balance, though, mate. Because, like you said, when we first started this, we had those 2 weeks where you weren't working, and it was like we were smashing out a podcast every day and stuff like that. And I think life does get in the way, and I think you just need to make that time for you. Not make the time for you. Like I'm a fucking expert, but I think me, I need to. I haven't picked up a weight hardly all week. You know what I mean? I'm working a lot, and when I'm tattooing and I go home, it's like, I need to get out there and do some weights and stuff. Or I haven't felt like getting in my pod. I haven't felt like getting in the cold water, mate. You know what I mean? Getting freezing and that, sitting there for 5-10 minutes. But the last couple of days, I've sort of felt like I'm back in the zone a little bit. But
you get a boost of energy all of a sudden, don't you, for a couple of months, and then and that's the sad thing, and that's what a lot of men do get fucking depressed, because having to pay all these bills and stops you from living, and you need to get out. I can't because I've got to go work and do it. But what about the weekend? Well, shifts the weekend come in that I've got to pay, and it's like, and it's fucking, it's God, it needs to change. It really does.
The cost of living is fucking everyone, mate, and I think that's why it's. I don't know. In some small way, it's kind of like, we're all in the same boat. We're all in it together. Do you know what I mean? Not that it makes it any easier for each individual. Like I said, I'm lucky, mate. I speak to a lot of my mates and they're like, oh, I fucking hate my job or this, that and the other. And I'm like, mate, I get to sit here in this shop and I draw on people and I fucking love what I do. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, I am very lucky, and I don't kind of want to sort of say that to them because well, someone's going, oh, fuck this. I'll sit there and listen to them. But
that's a good reason to work.
But that's it, mate. Because I've broke it down before when we was a little bit quieter and stuff, and you think, oh, I might get a second job, or I might try and but I think, mate, the flexibility and the freedom I've got to when I'm doing what I do is crazy. Do you know what I mean? And, especially with the dogs and stuff, and so it's all like,
and, do you know, it's one of them, because people have preached to me in the past, and I preach now. And if you are miserable in your job, and yes, I get it, it's easier said than done. If you are miserable in your job, you need to fucking get out of there. I've been a victim of it. I've been in jobs where I'm like, I've got to stay though, because it's all right money and it's a solid job and shit like that. But I've been so fucking miserable. You know, when you wake up and you feel physically sick,
Oh,
you
mate,
just
you
don't
dread
want to
going
show
on,
your face and stuff like that. And then it was to the end where like the job like the other year stuff like that when I was doing like working on HUVs and that.
Yeah.
God, walking in and fucking like, oh, do you know what? I'm out of here.
Yeah,
Fucking
mate,
week from now is my notice. See you later.
Oh,
It was
mate,
the fucking best thing. I was so miserable on my last job. I fucking it was one of them like you worked your ass off and you got rewarded with more work and just shat on. Told you never good enough. You know, and like, especially in my position, I was doing like a 5-man fucking job on my own and still wasn't appreciated. I was doing shit that even the managers are struggling to do and to figure out, and I figured out a lot of fucking things for them. And yeah, just fucking got nowhere with it. It's just like, oh yeah, well, yeah, you got these 10 out, but that one had a problem. That's not really good, is it? It's like, well, that one was fucking fixed, looked over, repaired, and then signed off by just me. It's like,
mate,
it is, and it's a thing. It's even like, obviously, I completely agree. I also disagree with the whole the lazy and stuff like that. They are a lot of fucking lazy pricks out there now.
What's that?
Like Gen Z and stuff like that. Like the older generation now, because but that's completely. I see a lot of them that fucking lazy and oh my god, get up and fucking do something. Yeah. But then also, like I saw a man, he was in his mid-50s. Goes, oh, we just got on and stuff like that. I'm like, fair enough. And he goes, now people are so quick to quit. Yeah, because I think now some, not all, but like a lot, like especially me, for instance, some of the younger generations now, because people are talking more about your worth, you know, and stuff like that. Don't destroy your worth for fucking. They're now going in, working their ass off, going, oh, am I getting that pay? Oh, well, not yet, but do all this extra work first, then maybe. And they go, nah, fuck this, quitting and leaving. And I'm fair play. I'm like, because I get it. Like even like my grandparents stuff like, oh, we do in our day, we just like, yeah, but was you happy? And they're like, as the generations are going on, like people realising now, do you know what? If you go into a company, they don't fucking appreciate you. Fucking leave. Get out of there. Do something you can enjoy. And like you're a perfect example. Like if you draw drawing and then going into tattoo and stuff like that, do it. Take time. And even if you are in a miserable job, and you know, maybe in the evening start drawing more, start practicing. You know what I mean? Like take time out and stuff like that.
It is, mate. You know, and that is it. It's just like I wish, you know, I'd love to see more people, like you said, and their worth, especially now, because it's just. I was having this talk with someone the other day. Like, it's just like, oh yeah, my mate Reese, you know, in his job and stuff, like, you know, he's a ground worker and he's got all his tickets and he fucking do everything, mate. And he was smashing out like fucking 600 meters of fencing. Yeah, mate, like fucking smash. And they were like, oh, you know. Mate, and they just fucking sacked him because apparently he wasn't productive enough, right? And he's like, how the fuck? He goes, I'm blaming, you know, he said ex-forces, mate, you know, he's disciplined. He goes, picked his labourer up at 4 a.m. They go drive to fucking Dover every day from Chichester. Do you know what I mean? They go down to Kent. So that's 3-hour drive, work all day, drive back. And it's just like, how the fuck can we not be as productive? You know what I mean? And I just, it just proves like when you work for someone else or you're in a, you know, it's just like, no, you're not appreciating it. Do you know what I mean? Or you know, and I get people taking pride in their work and stuff like that. But you know, when people overstep the boundary and become a fucking job's worth, do you know what I mean? Like my missus, for instance, she used to work at Superdrug years ago when she was younger. You know, and like there was fucking bad days to give her shit, and you know, this that never, mate. Literally, like, she was only young, and she didn't used to wear makeup, and like this woman fucking like put her on a warning because she didn't come in like all done up with makeup and didn't look good. You know what I mean? My missus was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And now, but like all this year, like,
but it's alright for the men not to.
But like, but like my missus is all successful now, and that both still works at Superdrug. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like,
see, I fucking, like you say, some people see it as being big-headed. I fucking love it when that happens. I do.
Yeah, mate, and that's what I said. Well, there you go. Like, karma's a fucker, and then it'll always catch up with you. And I'm trying to learn that, and I'm trying to preach it, and you know, and stuff like that. You know, and I'm trying to be. Yeah,
if someone's a bit different and they're working harder on other stuff, don't take the piss out of them because they'll end up doing well.
Yeah,
and you'll be fucking sat there. And shit than most of your life.
Getting people on the way up because you might need them on the way back down, mate.
But it's like this on Facebook the other day. It goes, it was like a picture of a man walking, and it's like when you're doing the hard work, and then the picture underneath is a picture of a man with like 20 people at the end. The congratulations you get. Everyone always wants to be there to fucking congratulate her. Well done, mate. I fucking always knew you could do. Yeah, come for a drink. Let's do this, do that. where the fuck were you?
Yeah.
Like during all of that,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
were you? And do you know what's funny? Because even a lot of my friends are after, they're like, "Oh yeah, I know what you mean for that, yeah." But I always like how and like, did you know if you was you actually fucking supporting me when I needed it?
Exactly, mate. And you look at these fucking basketball stars or fucking, and people go, "Oh well, yeah, that's all," but like, spent fucking hours and hours and hours every day, like practicing, drilling and drilling and drilling, man. Do you know what I mean? And it takes a special individual, mate, to like. I mean, yeah, of course, you've got to have certain God-given attributes, but you can't just, like Tom Brady, fucking when in the NFL is like the most successful fucking quarterback ever. But mate, you see, they always show these videos and stuff like, and of him like when he was like 158th like draft pick. Nobody wanted him. He was gangly as fuck. Couldn't run. He couldn't find. But and then I can't remember what team it was, mate. Dallas Cowboys, whatever. They give him a shot, and they said that and he was like, I'm going to be the best quarterback ever, and he fucking is. Do you know what I mean? So, but again, that's having that individual mindset in it. Like, I am going to fucking do it. So I get there's a lot of factors to certain things. You might want to go, well, I'm going to be a fucking brain surgeon, or but if you come from a council estate, certain things, this, that, and the other, like, of course, there's going to be certain paths that you just got to accept you can't do. Again, but if you find that like a side hustle, or you want to keep grinding, and you chip away and chip away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, pretty much anything's fucking possible, isn't it? You know what I mean?
But that's why, like, even like we were speaking about like last time we was in it, and I said like I even started getting rid of friends that I was working with and all sorts. They're just like fucking like just holding you back and just being at fucking drips, all while moaning when never helping themselves. And I'm like, I'm just getting older. I don't have time for it now. Fuck off. Do on. See you later then. I don't have I've spent a lot of my life, especially me personally, and I know a lot of men do, like please everyone growing up. Like, I'll do it. Don't worry, mate. That's all right. Like you purely take the piss out of it. Like, oh, that's fine, And I got to the end and then at the end of it, I was the cunt. But then I was like, fuck. Well, why are you being like that? Because you're a prick.
Yeah.
Well, why me? And then they go like, telling everyone else. And you're like, mate, oh, do you know what? If you believe them, you don't need my side. Just fuck off. I'll be the bad one. You get to a point in life where you just don't care. You're like, fuck it, who cares? Because at the end, you'll be happier. Yeah, you will.
Cool, mate, exactly that, and that's fucking massively, mate. Like it's such, that's so relevant, mate. Because it's like that thing we said before, wasn't it? Like you stop texting people first. You watch how quick, watch how fucking quiet your phone will go. And is it like people?
Thank you very much to everyone on TikTok, by the way, sending in. Thank you.
Yeah, cool.
But it's
but it is. It's just like, especially like I said, with your fucking mechanic background. I bet everyone's like, oh, mate, can you do this? Can you just swap me? Do this and that, And it's like, well, I don't give to receive or anything like that, but it's got to be reciprocated, mate. Do you know what I mean? And like, probably your whole fucking life you've had every kind. Can you do that for me?
Yeah. Well, I got mates that do, and any advice I have, I answer them straight away because I know they would help me and or have an impact and so on. Like, then I'm like, fucking mate, where are you now? Let's sort this out. Like, I had a good mate message me last night. Like, I was trying to give advice on this. How would I do this? I was like, do it this way, that, like that, and you can do it like that, mate, and things like that. But I mean, we've both, I think, fucking been victim of it. If you've got people in your life using you, fuck them off. Get them. I've had people who I thought of were brothers to me, and now that they're out of life, I'm so much happier because they were just fucking holding me back and just using me, and it's not healthy at all at the end of the day. The only one who's going to suffer is yourself.
Yeah, massive. I know it's a big fucking thing they're doing. It's a big step, but it's so important because people are just just out for what they can fucking get from you, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? I mean, there's few. Well, I won't name any names, but I've played a game recently, like what was said before, thing, you know what I mean? You're trying to help someone, and it's just like, but like I said, there comes a time when you just like, do you know what? Fuck yeah. Do you know what I mean? I can't help you anymore.
I've even had family like, oh, you're so different now, wouldn't you? And I'm like, because I'm not who I was. No, I was this, a version of me in the do that for everyone, shy away from confrontation and all that. I'm like, fucking not. You can fuck off now. Like, it's not who I am anymore. And it's a weird concept that people see you change. They always see you as the bad, but they don't, like we've said before, but they don't recognise that disrespect that got you to that point in your life. All that in the middle is why I people turn out who they are now. Don't blame them. Blame your fucking selves.
Yeah, mate. Isn't it? Yeah. Well, that's it. You know, and that's it. Yeah, I don't know, mate. Yeah, it is a very, very hard pill to swallow sometimes. You know, in a you know, a hard, harsh reality. But you've got it, man.
But it's a thing, like when I like see mates or even people that I've just met, like well, mainly if you know them, when they start acting differently, and like even if you know someone and like you've only known for a month and they've been the same way every week, and then all of a sudden they're angry and all this shit, and people go, "Oh look, he's actually a fucking knobhead, a mini and stuff like that." I'll go up to him and go, "What's been going on in the last few weeks, mate? Like, what's changed?" And then just I know this is like one of my workplaces. This is exactly what happened at one of the people I met. I was like training him up and stuff like that on electrics and things, and he was fine for like 2 months. Same. All of a sudden, he was so down. He wasn't coming in on time for like the kind of last 2 weeks, wasn't speaking as much. And I noticed all you do being in our boots. I knew the signs straight away, and I was like, "What's going on?" And he's, "Oh well, fucking my missus goes out drinking all the time, and she you know she never wants to come back." And I said I like it, but she said that's controlling. But you know that I need to trust her, and a lot of women say this, which is the funny thing. And I will say a lot, if not majority, nearly all women do say you should have trust. Do not control a woman by telling her she can't and stuff. You know, and an element of that is true. I get that you should have good bonded trust in a relationship, but the matter is he tried trusting her and then found out that she'd been shagging someone else the last 2 relationship. And it was good because I said to her, I said openly to her, because you need to put stop to that now. I go, she's going out, I'll go times once a week. He goes, no, 3 times a week. I went, fuck. And you've got kids together. He's like, yeah. He goes, I get back from work, she dumps the kids on me and fucks off out. And people won't know who he is, but it was a mate called Ryan. But yeah, like, and I felt so sorry. We didn't see eye to eye between the end when I left that job, but he's a good man. He was a good man, and I felt so sorry that this had happened to him. And when I see now on my TikTok and stuff like that, men preaching what I've just spoke about. And I go, yeah, that's true. And women go, no, like, oh God, you controlling men disgust me. This is the problem with you men these days. You should have trust. And I'm like, yeah, do you know what? I would love for that to happen. But every guy I know that tried trusting their missus, who kept going out drinking all the time, you know, like the single life is, ended up getting cheated on. I'm like, not making this up. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking...
I mean, yeah, definitely, mate. I mean, well, even like, like from my perspective, it was just like, you know, you think you can trust someone and that, and then, you know, an ex-partner of mine, and like, and then for fucking no reason, just trying to keep my kids away from me, mate. You know what I mean? And so I mean, that works. Again, that works fucking both ways, doesn't it? You know what I mean? If you're in a relationship where your partner is, you know, whether it's you know, a male to a female to a male, I think if your missus is, or your
same
well, we'll say same sex. I think, I think if your partner in general, no matter what, is going out 3 nights a week, it's like fucking hell. There's got to be alarm bells there somewhere, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
1, it costs money. 2, you know, it's time. You know, 3. Do you know what I mean? Like, why do not want to be around you? You know, it's like.
But the thing is, I understand as well that, like, at the beginning of a relationship, I said that word. You can't say those things straight away. Like, understandable. If like someone comes into your life for like a couple of weeks and they start saying this, that, but like if they're not willing to kind of down certain personality traits for the commitment of the relationship, get out of there. You need a strong relationship for it to be successful. And I think there's a lot of both ways really. A lot of women think they can change men, but kind of men are not going to change, and if they do, it's usually too late. You know, by the time it happens. And
I mean, that's one of them.
And a lot of men going, oh yeah, well, no, everything will be okay. And this is the thing, like a lot of men that do turn bad, it's because they were hurt by women. Like I see women going, oh, someone's hurt you. Yes, you're right. I mean, that's what happens, I'm afraid.
It does though, mate. And you know, and that works fucking both ways in any relationship. You know what I mean? Like, I think, but again, it's just realise traits in your partner, isn't it? And then just going, look, do you know what I mean? This ain't working out, you know. And unfortunately, you know, some people learn it too late when there's either a kid involved or, you know, someone's alcohol or drugs or for whatever reason. Do you know what I mean? Like if your partner's doing that, you know, like you said, and you know, they get themselves into a deep hole. And I think the strength of your relationship, sometimes, you know, you can pull that back, you know.
Yeah.
I've had mates that have had drug addiction and alcohol addiction and stuff like that, and they managed to get their shit together, sort of thing, you know. And
Yeah, exactly.
We both know people, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm talking about.
You got to in the end. You can't let substances to try and fix your issues because, like, I know it doesn't work.
No, mate. Exactly, mate. You know,
it doesn't work, and it starts sending you down a fucking slope where,
mate. You know, it's fucking it's hard to climb back up, mate, isn't it? You know, but again, you said about the other week, mate, and it's like fucking. That's what I said to you, mate. Fair play. It takes bollocks to admit it.
Yeah.
It takes bollocks to fucking do it and get out of it. You know, but again, that's the whole main thing. Like what we said before, it was like there's no fucking judgment, is there? Do you know what I mean? That's why we do this because like I've fucked up. You know. Fucking drugs in the army. Head was up my ass a bit. You do fall into them fucking traps, and I've been there, mate. You've been there, and you know it's but you know, but it's how you it, isn't it? It's like anything.
But that's what I said. Like loads of the female trolls on TikTok and stuff going, saying this stuff and what you do that's on fucking men's mental health and that. What about the women? I'm like, if a woman has troubles and they want to message them for advice, you feel more than free. You're not going to shy from you, of course. But yes, we are here for men's mental health because it is a topic that is not brought up as much as females. There's so much help out there for females. There really is, and you know, the big one and the most important one is spoken about. Yeah. Females' depression is spoken about. I've seen so many TikTok videos of females where, you know, they go, "Who's that one person you can call?" And you look at the female comments, they're like, "Oh, I have 5 besties that I always speak to. This is that." Every on there, I don't have a single person. I don't have anyone I can speak to. I don't have anyone I could that would listen to me, and that's why we're here for men.
I feel, like, you know, that's again, that's not like women's fault. It's not his fault, you know. Either way, I think women are in generally more kind of not calling you animals, but pack. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they sit together, don't they?
My missus went out the other day. You know, before you know it, there's like 4 of them went out. You know, and it was like, you know, best friend and sister-in-law and stuff like that. And you know, I think so. Yeah. I mean, I do know lads that have got fucking that massive support structure.
Yeah,
they got loads of friends and stuff like that. And sometimes that's a good thing, but for me, I've always kept my circle small because the army kind of drilled that to me where, you know, you're with your muckers and it's and
you need the trust around.
I've had people that saved my life, but even then when I was in the army, like if you're in a certain platoon, do you know what I mean? Like, you know, I was mortars, for instance, so generally like mortars, you're closer with lads in your platoon because you need to gel as a team and you need to fight as a team and, you know, and you're working as a team and, you know, so you kind of do more stuff together. But respect, it was like I never bought into the clickiness. Do you know what I mean? I was even, you know, I've got, you know, some good mates from them still, but you know, I think in life sometimes I think if you keep your circle smaller, you know, especially now, I mean, I don't know, it's weird. Like, I'm talking from my point of view, like.
No, but I completely agree.
Yeah. Even like the army is, I don't know if it's the army in general, or whatever, but like I'm kind of like very.
I'd say smart
people.
Yeah, I'd say smart people have small circles.
Yeah, because there's less people that can fuck you over. It's less people that can stab you in the back, and there's less people that can fucking just snoop through your Facebook page and go, "What's he up to now?"
And back in the day, speed dial was easier.
yeah, exactly, mate. Do you know what I mean? And that was it. And it's sort of like, you know, it's I don't know, mate. I don't think it's necessarily cool. You know, I know that I can rely on my missus for fucking no matter what. Do you know what I mean? And she's always got my back. And I've got friends, mate. I've got close friends, and I love them dearly. But I could probably fucking count on half a fucking hand people that have to shit at the fan for me. And I really fucking needed you. Like, I need you here now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Fuck knows, mate. Who would, you know, really, you know.
No.
So but I don't mind that. Do you know what I mean? Because, you know, I know I'll be there for people and stuff like that. But it's again, it's to stand up whether it's reciprocated or not, mate, innit? But I know a couple of lads, you know, that have fucking saved my life when the shit's hit the fan in Iraq and that, and like, you know, I could call them like now and be here within an hour. Do you know what I mean? Like, you get in the car straight away and be here. So that's all. Sometimes, you know, it's not how many fucking men you got; it's the savages you got in your team.
Exactly.
So
but that's the thing. Yeah, it's like it's the sad thing is a lot of time it's not reciprocated. I always try to, I don't know if it's like a higher moral person, but even if there's people that don't necessarily need me, if they desperately needed help, I would still help them just because that's my moral.
That speaks for your.
I just feel obliged to.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But equally, there are people out there where if they called me now, they'd get told fuck off.
Oh, yeah, mate. I
mean, I broke
down
this, that, do one.
Oh,
See
mate,
you later.
100%. I know there's lads, if they call me, I'll be there in a heartbeat, but I guarantee if I fucking called down the country, they pick up the phone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And but again, that's, it's like I said before, it's hard when, it takes a certain character of a person when you've been treated like shit. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying we're both say, well, we're fucking the martyrs or angels, but, I can fucking rest easy in my fucking bed at night because I know that if my mucker needs, like you said, I'll be, fucking my mate Rishi, like literally sent me a message. I'm not from that. Fucking mate, I FaceTime straight away. I was like, I'll get in the car now. I'm gonna. Yeah. Do I need to bring weapons? You know what I mean? Yeah. And he was like, no, that's cool. It wound me up. It was just two pigeons were fighting on his roof. And I was like, you fucking prick. I was on my way coming fucking. Do you know what I mean? Like, load up the car with the fucking.
No, that's all. Like close mates message me. There's, I need out with this. But all right, what's the plan?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
How many bodies we bury?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just a sorry state of affairs, mate. But again, I think that's just in society in general now, mate. It's just. I mean, I don't know. I think the first time I heard that Gen X thing, you were saying about.
Yeah,
but it is, but it's just everything's done the easy way now. Everyone they want to be fucking, Instagram, everyone's doing it for the gram and shit like that. And it's, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. You know the term. It is. Yeah. And unfortunately, mate, it's.
That's why everything. That's why everything's changing now.
I don't know, but yeah, cheers, mate.
I thought that went there as well.
Cheers, buddy.
Look at that.
But yeah, mate, it is. That's that.
But no, yeah, I think we'll
wrap it up.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up now, guys.
It's good to do one for
Yeah, we'll do a quick one and get back in because we've been it's been hectic for I think last 2 weeks or something. And like we said before, there's the other video that was up and it got taken down by YouTube, and we are trying to get it up. Trust me, every fucking night I'm hounding the laptop phone trying to figure out how to do it. But I got 4. Our software deletes it. But we'll get it up because that was an interesting show that we've done.
Yeah. We'll try and do an airdrop tonight.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll try. We'll try to sort out after this. But yeah. Remember, please, the frvpodcast@gmail.com. Email in with any questions, queries, or if you need support, you need someone to speak to. Please email on there, and we will get back to you the same day, if not the next day, or if not the same hour, if any of us see it. Obviously we can't see it all the time, but we will try to see it.
Tasteful nudes only.
Yeah, But check Metal Chan Talks on TikTok and Rumble and Instagram, and check out the Tattoo Gentleman on Facebook and TikTok. And we will see you on